Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball, HTB. I'm here with the well-known, the very popular, the very cool, my dude, my friend, Warriors and our Fanatics. Look, he said it before we start. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the round that was. We're going to talk about the Warriors chat. I think that's the main thing we're going to sort of get into. But it's saying that if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff there. But I'm not going to introduce Warriors in our Fanatics. I'll let him do it himself. So without further ado, Warriors in our Fanatics. Let's do it, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It's great to be back on your channel. It's been a while. I did have you on my channel a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to the discussion tonight and chatting about the NRL round. It was a good round of footy. And yeah, discussing in depth about the Warriors, our team, the Warriors, getting their first win of the season. But yeah, we're looking forward to the chat. And yeah, if you guys don't know me already, I'm Warriors NRL Fanatics. I run a YouTube channel. Just like Hold the Ball, I do New Zealand Warriors content as well. So yeah, if you haven't already, go check out my channel, which is Warriors NRL Fanatics. But thanks, Hold the Ball, for having me on the channel, and I'm looking forward to getting into the discussion tonight.
No, you're absolutely welcome, and thank you for being on here. Look, you mentioned the Warriors there, and I'm sure you and I will have videos galore heading into tomorrow, Teamless Tuesday, and all that stuff that's associated with it. But
Yep.
in saying that as well, a win is a win, right? But we'll digest, we'll get into it. But first things first, welcome. Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining. Comment as well, and we'll sort of answer the comments as we go by. Hello, hey man, how are you? All right, but we're going to look into round three. All right, so here we go. In our round three, it was probably a round, in my opinion, where there was a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, a lot of some upsets, some really close, gritty games, and obviously we got to sort of see the Titans, unfortunately. What's the word? Look, I don't want to say it, but they choked, right? They choked at the end, and the Raiders came through, right? It was pretty full on though, to be honest, and it gave Raiders their biggest win, their biggest comeback of their franchise history, which was good to see. But anyway, we'll get into it. So round one saw the Dragons against the Sharks. What were your thoughts on that game on a very cold Thursday night over there in Wynn Stadium?
Yeah, well, it was a very weak game, and they were very dominant. And look, the Dragons had another sin bin in this game. And yeah, look, discipline was very costly for the Sharks, for the Dragons. I mean, in this game, and yeah, the Sharks they played great, and the likes of Nico Hines had a great game. He was a real standout for me. So yeah, look, I got to say the Sharks. I mean, I thought this would be a lot closer. This game, actually, I really thought it'd be a lot tighter, being a massive rivalry between those two teams. But yeah, I think the Sharks are just way too good for the Dragons, and the Sharks are showing why they're going to be a top 8 team this year.
Yeah, well, the Sharks were pretty good in this game here. Nico Hines, in particular, really controlled the game well. You can sort of tell even from that the first game they had against the Raiders, though they lost,
Yep.
and obviously the game against the Eels, he's been growing into that halfback role, and he's been doing it in such a way that's been very good, very firm, very direct. Anyway, and I think the players around him, in particular, Talakai's a unit, man. He's an absolute beast, dude. Then you have the likes of Ikuvalu, Kennedy as well, working off that. Wilton, and then obviously Uele as well. I think he's played, yeah, and then Fifita as well in patches. But I think that the team overall is just such a strong team. So well said there, Fanatics. All right, we're going to go into the next game. The and as you guys know, we're going to dissect the Warriors game later on. We're going to just do game by game and then get to this. The famous derby between the Rabbitohs and the Roosters. What were your thoughts on that game, bro?
Yeah, well, look, the Rabbitohs. Look, I didn't see the start of it because I was doing my review for the West Tigers Warriors game afterwards. So I saw a little bit towards the end of the first half, and I saw majority of the second half. So yeah, I got to say, Rabbitohs. I mean, they showed up, and they were very hungry to get the victory because they didn't want to go 0-3 to start the season, and no one wants to go 0-3 to start the season. So Oh, the Rabbitohs were outstanding. The likes of Cameron Murray, man of the match for me, for sure. And, he had a great game. He was outstanding. So, yeah, Rabbitohs, too good for the Roosters, actually. And probably this was the fourth win in a row that the Rabbitohs have picked up over the Sydney Roosters. So, yeah, bit of a surprise, but Rabbitohs, they've had the wood over the Roosters over the last couple of years, actually. So, yeah, a good win for the Rabbitohs there in the end.
Yeah, no, I agree. And obviously, there's a lot of that media hype regarding Latrell Mitchell, Joseph Manu, and obviously the incident that happened there. But no matter what your thoughts are around Latrell Mitchell, for me, I like him. I love the big fella. He's a good character. And, hey, he's rough as guts. I understand why people don't like him. But, hey, whatever. He had the last laugh. I did to the Roosters, though. I thought that they'd be strong. But, again, with these matches, you got to remember with derbies, you got to derbies, whatever you call them. You got to throw them out the window, right? Throw them out the window because when they match up against each other, it does not matter. And again, this was just a good, strong, solid showing from the Rabbitohs, who proved yet again that hey, they're the Kings of Sydney. End of story, right? They can get it done. The Roosters can't. The Roosters, to me, in that loss just quickly showed a lot of glaring issues. I think will they rectify it next week? I'm sure they will, but they're actually quite easy to penetrate. You just need a good attacking side, and there was no Reynolds there too, and yeah, we'll get into that Broncos game, but yeah. Anyway, I digress. Panthers 38, Knights 20. What were your thoughts on that game? And let's touch on that Mitch Barnett incident as well, please, and thank you.
Yep. So look, the Panthers, they rolled on. The scoreline showed that they rolled on. I think it was at the start, it was pretty even, the game. I thought it was pretty even. Newcastle were very competitive and they're well in this game. But that Mitch Barnett incident, that, pretty much cost Newcastle any chance of getting the victory. And look, Mitch Barnett has apparently come out and apologised, to the player that he put the high shot on. I forgot who his name was, but correct me.
Chris Smith.
But Chris Smith. He apologised to him and Chris Smith, that's right. Yeah, Chris Smith. So, yeah, look, Chris Smith, hopefully he's okay. And look, Mitch Barnett, look, I know it was a poor attempt at a tackle. It wasn't the right move to make, but I hope that Mitch Barnett, comes out and learns from it. He's going to get banned for the next couple of games. I think he should be banned for quite a while now, and I hope he doesn't copy any social media hate on social media for what he's done. But yeah, look, Mitch Barnett isn't the sensible thing to do, and he will learn from it. He'll definitely learn from it. But yeah, look, it was a costly decision there by him because Newcastle, they were very competitive and they had a chance to beat Penrith, and Penrith had a lot of players out. They had the likes of James Fisher-Harris out. There was no Cleary. They had a few players out and they had a chance in Newcastle. But look, at the end of the day, Penrith far too good for the Knights in the game. So, yeah, that's what I thought of it.
Yeah, look, I agree. I think you've done well to surmise the game there. So I'm just going to talk about the incident. What Mitch Barnett done, I just need people to know it was a dog hit. It's a king hit. It's akin to a king hit, right? It's akin to a king hit. So, in other words, there was no need for it. There was no give back from Chris Smith. He just went up and he basically elbowed him right in the jaw, neck, and to me, it's akin to a king hit. So as far as I'm concerned, if he's not suspended for more than a month or 6-7 weeks, I'll be pretty hacked off myself. Again, it's strong, but again, that's what it is. You basically walk up to someone and you hit them for no reason. That's what it was. So we've got to treat it as such. And again, you can see I'm pretty passionate about this. I'm not a fan. I don't like king hits. I don't like that stuff. It's ugly. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, that's almost, to be fair, that's almost like a criminal assault. That's almost an assault right there. I'm serious. Yeah. Anyway, look, I'm going to probably pause it now, but getting a bit passionate there. But in saying that, what he did there was wrong, and I don't think it's fair. And that's just my thoughts on it. Give me your thoughts there, guys. But what he did there was king hit. It's rubbish stuff. Rub it out of the game, and I'm surprised. He's lucky he hasn't been put in jail. I'm sorry, but that's rubbish behavior. I won't tolerate it. Any quick words there, thanks?
No, I think you pretty much summed it up very well there. So, yeah, look, I just said my thoughts, but you summed it up very well there.
Yep. All right, no worries. Look, we'll talk about give me your thoughts on this game here. Probably the upset of is it really an upset though? This is their third win in a row. The Eels are looking quite strong, much to probably the smiles of other people who disagree. But the Eels have been quite good. Storm 24, Eels 28. What were your thoughts on that game?
Look, I think, well, at the start, Melbourne Storm, they looked very good. I think they started the game off very well. And Parramatta, they stuck in there, and they stuck in there very well, actually. And they got a try. I think it was very even towards the back end of the half. And Melbourne Storm, I believe, got a try as well before half time, and it was only like a couple points in it. And look, second half, I thought the Eels, if they want to stay competitive and close, they need to make sure that it went down to the wire, and they did actually. And they got the game. Well, they had the lead actually with a couple minutes to go. They had the lead with 10 minutes to go. And I was thinking, look, Parramatta, if they don't, butcher this, they're a chance. And they almost did butcher this game, actually. They really almost did it. And, Melbourne came back in it again, and it went to Golden Point, and, they got that try to Ray Stone. Ray Stone, what a hero he was. He got that try. And unfortunately, after the game, he picked up an injury. So, yeah, look, what a game. It was an absolutely great game of footy. Really enjoyed it, actually. And, look, I probably thought Melbourne were going to win this rather comfortably. I've not been too impressed with Parramatta. I know they just lost to the Sharks in round 2, but, yeah, I haven't been too impressed with them in the first 2 games. But, yeah, look, they came out and they proved me wrong. They proved a lot of people wrong, and they got the victory, which is full credit to them in the end. So, not easy to go to Melbourne and beat the Melbourne Storm. It's a really tough place to come up and get a victory against the Storm team. And, yeah, it was a good performance by the Eels to get the result.
Yep, no, I agree. And just quickly as well in the game, bear with me, guys, for 2 seconds. My apologies. Okay, sorry for that. Cool. We're in. All right. Yeah, look, I'm happy that the Storm lost. Got the smile off my face. It was a good game. Whenever the Storm lose, I get happy. No, look, all jokes aside, it was a good rough game. There's a talking point in there though, just regarding Nas. Right, there was an incident there where he went low and went high on who was it? Makasi Makatoa. He went high on him as well, right? So people are sort of questioning why he wasn't sort of dealt with, right? He was only given $1,000 fine. Again, sort of thoughts there, but look, good game overall. Look, thoughts go out to who was it? Stone? Oh, was it Ray? I forgot his name. Last name is Stone. Is it Ray? Yeah. Ray Stone. Yeah. Look, thoughts go out to him as well, doing his ACL, but he was the king of the match there, player of the match there. His name will forever be etched in that moment there for the Eels. So, yeah, look, unfortunate news there was ACL, but it was a good game, and he did well there. All right, Fanatics, just give me your thoughts on Raiders and Titans. Let's do it, man.
Well, to be quite honest, I didn't watch this in full. I saw a bit of it in glimpses and watched back highlights of this game. Raiders, look, wow, I can't believe it actually happened. Titans up 22-0, and look, this might sound a bit harsh here, but it's completely honest. Going to be completely honest. The Titans choked this. They choked this game. They were up 22-0. They really should not have lost this game at all. And I don't know how they lost it, because they were in complete control against the Raiders, and the Raiders they just look clueless to me. So I don't know what Ricky Stewart said at halftime. I really don't, to get them back in this game. And they scored. I think they scored before. I think they scored right before halftime or right after halftime, to start the game or something like that, for my memory. Yeah. But yeah, the Raiders. I mean, remarkable comeback. Yeah, remarkable comeback to come from 22 points to 0 down at the first half and gone to win this game 24-22, which still amazes me because the Titans had this game won and I thought they were going to get it done. So, I took the Raiders. I wasn't too confident after the Titans had a good start. So, yeah, I've got to say, full credit to the Raiders for that comeback, 24-22. It's remarkable.
Yep. I agree. Look, I'm just going to quickly go with Jacko here because I don't think I explained too much on the game of the Eels. Just quickly, Dylan Brown was actually pretty good. That against the Storm there, he was actually quite pivotal. Yeah, looking at this game here, I tipped the Raiders, so you could imagine how I felt when I saw the Titans piling point after point after point, 22 points of them to be exact, and the Raiders had no answer. First of all, my thoughts. Every time the Raiders do bad, I'm not thinking about the players. It's weird. There's certain teams where, for me, my thoughts go straight to their coach. What is their coach thinking? I don't even worry about their players. I don't worry about them. I go straight to Sticky, right? And in this situation here, I'm thinking, okay, what's he thinking? Yeah. And then obviously halftime rolls around, and I'm thinking he's either going to abuse these guys or give these guys a hiding. Something's going to happen there. And they came out, and the second half was basically night and day, right? Quite literally opposites. We saw the Raiders score try after try after try. Now, look, just quickly, there was a little controversy there because apparently there was like a 4 tackle set. There should have been 5 tackle that wasn't read out properly. Look, it is what it is. But I think by that time, the Raiders, to be fair, were already gaining momentum. But, it's neither here nor there. Anyway, but the point being, Raiders came back and they flipped it around. They gave their fans a remarkable game. And as I mentioned before, franchise history record, 22 points down to come back and win the game. Look, it had everything that game, to be fair, from both sides. Although you may question David Fafita and his usage, but in saying that, it was a good game overall. All right, now, I think you might love discussing this one here. Give me your thoughts. Broncos 12, Cowboys 38, over in a packed-out Suncorp Stadium. Give me your thoughts on it. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Well, look, the Cowboys, I mean, I've got to say, the way they started this game, I thought, they were on from the first whistle, actually. They were very on. And I think it was a couple, the warm-up. The Cowboys stayed out there a bit longer than normal. And I found that a little bit odd, actually. I thought, is that going to help them or is that going to affect them because they were out there a little bit longer for the warm-up. And I think the Broncos came in a little bit early, but besides that, they came out with a lot of intent. It's a Queensland derby. Form goes out the window. We know that. And both teams, they were coming off wins. And Cowboys, I think they wanted it a lot more than the Brisbane Broncos. They showed it. They really showed it with their desperate defending. Their defense was outstanding. The likes of Valentine Holmes had a great game, probably his best game he's had in the Cowboys jersey. And they'll also look that young back rower for the Cowboys who scored 3 tries. He was outstanding as well. And I got to say, Cowboys, I mean, no one would have picked the scoreline. I did not expect the scoreline at all. I had Brisbane. I took the Broncos. I thought home ground advantage in front of their fans. I thought they were going to get the job done in a very close one at the start of the year. And it looks like right now they could be a top 8 team. So I know it's only early days. I know it's only 3 rounds in, but they're showing a lot of promise. Their defense has been a lot better than their previous years. So I got to say, kudos to the Cowboys and well done to them. It was a great.
Yeah. Look, Fanatics, just quickly, I'm not sure if you can hear this, but you are breaking up just a little bit. Yeah, you look, just letting you know you're breaking up just a little bit there. So, look, anyway, I'll just sort of carry on from here. So, yeah, look, Broncos, Cowboys, Broncos, where was your pride? Obviously, we know that form is thrown out the window. But was it though? Was it though? Was it though? Anyway, look, the Broncos 12 points to 38 at home. A lot of pride. A lot of the Broncos fans were there. Obviously, Cowboy fans were sprinkled amongst the mix there. Look, our good friend Nick from Australia will be pretty happy about the result, as well as Sam Revel. Those boys there celebrating. Not so much Nick from Australia's brother though, but hey, that is what it is. My question though is around Kevy Walters and the players there. Where was the pride? Where's the sense of urgency? Townsend won the battle there. Well, it's not alarming, but Reynolds. I mentioned this on my Instagram live on my story. Sorry, but Reynolds was brought in to mitigate. So in other words, to try and cancel out different errors and different things that the Broncos have unfortunately fallen into. And he just, you're not going to like this if you're a Broncos fan, but he just added more to it. Low key just added more to the issues there. In terms of a kicking game, he failed, unfortunately. In terms of attacking game, well, not much was happening. It seemed like Albert Kelly and Kerr were trying to find the ball and trying to get things as opposed to him. So my question is, what did he sort of bring to that game? Unfortunately, nothing there. And if you're a Broncos fan, look, you can't be blamed if you're sort of looking at Reynolds there a bit side eyes. You know what I mean? Because I just thought in times and patches he probably wasn't there. That's my thoughts. Anyway, we'll get into the last game here. This was as Jake Dvorovich sort of phrased it, just happy they won. They'll take anything they can get, basically. So this is a bit of a paraphrase there, but he was relieved after this game. What are your thoughts? Manly 13, Bulldogs 12. I actually didn't get a chance to watch this game, so please explain.
Well, look, I thought, this game was played in the wet conditions as well, another wet game, and the Manly Seagulls, the Bulldogs started off very well, actually. They scored an early try in this game, and, they were well competitive with the Manly Seagulls at half time. And look, I think this game for me, personally, I found this game very, I don't know, it's one of those games that I found tough to watch. I didn't think it was the greatest of games, to be completely honest. It's probably up there with the Tigers Warriors game, which we'll definitely get to. But Manly, and they got the result. The first one of the season, played much better. He didn't have too much room to move in his first two games, but I think it's probably much needed for them.
Yeah. Okay, well, look, well said. I can't really comment on the game because I didn't watch it, but like I sort of touched on before, Jake Dvorovich did say that he was glad they won. And I guess, you spoke about the quality of the game. Well, hey, it was probably akin to the Warriors and Tigers game. Probably was a bit better, I reckon, in terms of excitement, to be fair with you, if DCE came clutch with a field goal there. Now, we're going to read some comments here. So, Runehammer, welcome. They say, watch the Broncos come out with a massive performance against us this week. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to be I want to choose to be an optimist this week. But look, and say that you can't deny the fact that they are going to come out big. So we need to try and hold that off. Nazi Williams says, Broncos probably going to come out against the Warriors after that beating. What are your thoughts there, Fanatics, on what Nazi Williams said?
Yeah. Yeah, look, this is one of my fears going into big hidings or shock results. They come out the following week and they've got a point to prove. And look, Brisbane will have a point to prove this week. They'll want to have a much better defensive performance, and they probably would have trained very hard as well. So look, that's my fear going into this game is, you can look at last week's result and read too much into it, and they can come out all guns blazing and firing. So that's, Ruinhammer's pretty much spot on there with that comment that Brisbane will want to come out with a massive statement and a big performance this week. So, yeah, that's my fear going to this week's game for sure. And how will the boys, step up, from last week after getting that first win of the season? So, yeah, that's what I think about it.
Yeah. And before now, we're going to get into the Warriors chat just quickly, but Ruin Hammer mentioned Manly went 0-4 in 2021 before, of course, a Golden Point victory. Yeah, of course, we the Warriors, we love to get teams off and up and running, don't we? We're very generous like that. I guess the Warriors got their season off running. Watch for Manly to launch their season this week against the Raiders. Oh, that's going to be a really tough match to sort of predict there, I reckon. Yes, but Warriors can match Broncos pride if they want to. Yeah. Look, we can. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, here we are. Oops, sorry. Sort of skipped my way there. Warriors chat. So now we're going to the Warriors part of the segment. So now the first part we need to address. Tigers 12, Warriors 16. Fanatics, off to you. A summation of the game. Let's go.
Yeah, look, I've got to say, this is a game which probably you can tell why both of these teams are where they are on the ladder and why they're both struggling. I know early days, but look, this game for me, how do you sum it up? Well, look, the Warriors, they, a couple of times you could say Warriors had their opportunities, to score a lot more points than they should have in this game. And the Tigers, to me, look like a team that, just made a compartment of errors. They just keep making mistakes, and that's something also. There was a controversial, moment in this game which Tigers fans blew up about, which I completely understand because, Luciano Leilua, I thought he grounded the ball, and they said no.
Fanatics, you all good? Yep. Oh, you finished talking there?
Yep. Yeah. You go ahead now.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I just finished.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. No worries. Just quickly as well, heads up as well, Fanatics. Oh. I unfortunately couldn't hear you in bits and pieces there, but I sort of tried to sum up, like get a general gist of what you were saying there. Look, my thoughts. Tigers 12, Warriors 16. Look, I think Fanatics sort of nicely touched on it just, as he started, but Tigers are now last. We are, I think, 11th? Well, we're like 12th or something, but that's just due to the win and points differences. But in saying that game itself, I was, it's funny, we won the game, but it felt like we lost, right? That's probably the general summation of it. We won the game, but it felt like we lost. Overall, it wasn't a great outing. We'll read the player stats quite soon, but we could have done a lot more than what we did, but we didn't. To be fair, we were in an absolute arm wrestle with a team that we shouldn't have been in an arm wrestle with, and yet we were. Could it have just been down to just one crappy game potentially? Could it be a sign of things to come? Could it be a sign of things that are already there because we lost 2 games prior? I'm sure, but it just wasn't a great sort of a viewing anyway for us Warriors fans as a collective. Tigers, again, Fanatics touched on it. They were hard done by with the Leilua note. Well, it was a try in my opinion. People may think otherwise, but I thought it was a try. The ref sort of skimmed through it, but in saying that we've had the other end where it's happened to us. So you know what? does feel okay. It does feel good getting the rub the green, but why against the Tigers? We could have got against the Melbourne Storm or the Roosters or something. Anyway. Look, my thoughts on the game though. I think just to be honest, we got a win, but it felt like a loss. Hopefully, we can move up from here because it wasn't the best showing anyway, right? Anyway, so we're going to get into the segment here called we're going to get into the team stats here. So the Warriors completed at a rate of 74%. What are your thoughts on that? 74% completion rate.
Look, I think the completion rate wasn't as bad. I mean, 74. I looked at the West Tigers, two games of the season. Completion rate, I think 74% for me is not too bad in terms of the game. But obviously, you want to be up there in the 80 or the 90% completion rate because that's where you want to be. So, look, it's not terrible, but, look, it would be better if we don't complete higher in the 90% range. So,
Yeah. And as you guys saw there as well, I just quickly flickered through the comments there, but both Jacko here as well as Ruin Hammer just basically summarizing it, saying that it's just better to take a win, right? It wasn't pretty, but you take it anyway, and I agree. It is what it is. So the Warriors completed 29 out of 39 sets.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. 29 out of 39 sets, it's all right. I mean, look, obviously just, sharp 10. I guess you sort of take it there, right? Warriors had 12 errors. What are your thoughts on the errors that keep on creeping up? And just quickly as well, there are some people who say, well, errors are going to happen, but you haven't been watching the Warriors. Unfortunately, with our team, when we create errors, that's literally opportune. That's an opportune moment for opposition to score tries, which happens or has happened in the last 3 games. Even this game here as well, it happened. So what are your thoughts on the errors?
12 errors is quite a lot in terms of stats. It's not very low at all. It's 12 errors. So, I don't know whether it's probably more so us than the Tigers forcing those 12 errors, because 12 errors in a game. As you make 12 errors against the top teams like the Melbourne Storm, the Penrith Panthers, or the Sydney Roosters, or those teams, you're not going to win a footy game. You're really not going to win a footy game, to be completely honest. So, that for me is an area which we need to look at. I said in the first 2 games that in my videos a lot that too many errors, is not good enough. So 12 errors is quite a lot. It's just too much.
Yeah, it is a lot. And for a side like the Warriors, again, not trying to be picky here, but unfortunately we don't have the best recovery rate regarding defense, right? Like some teams make errors and they can just defend for days, whereas we can't. So again, you're right. It's just something we need to try and eliminate, or at least cut down. At least, I mean, anyway. We had 30 missed tackles, and I believe the Tigers. Oh, look, the Tigers had a few missed tackles less than us. What are your thoughts on our defense there?
Uh, 30 missed tackles is way too many. It's way too many. Like I said, first 2 games defensively, I just have not been impressive whatsoever at all. We need to. I don't know what we did in the off-season to improve on this defensive side of our game, but 30 missed tackles is way too many. You can't afford to be missing that many tackles in a game because the top teams, the good teams, make you pay. We're lucky. No disrespect to the West Tigers, but we're lucky to come up against a team that's not as great as well. So, look, if we're playing against a Melbourne Storm and we miss 30 tackles, well, the scoreline could be 40, 50. Whatever, that's 30 missed tackles. It's too much. It's too much for me.
Yeah, no, look, you're right. I'm not going to add on to it. It is that's correct. All right, now I just want to sort of go here. So obviously, if we had 30 missed tackles, that means that the Tigers got 10 tackle breaks, right? They got that means they got 30 tackle breaks. Sorry, so we only had 10 tackle breaks. What are your thoughts on that? Like, give me your thoughts on the fact that we've only managed 10 tackle breaks. Do you think our players need to be a bit more grittier on the offense? Should we sort of dig deeper and try to push harder? What are your thoughts on that? 30 tackle breaks compared to us only having 10 tackle breaks. We've got some pretty big players on our team. What are your thoughts on that?
Yep, attack's still not there. It shows the attack's still not quite there at all, to be completely honest. I think the first game, we scored 18 points or something, and we conceded 28. And the Titans, we scored quite a few points as well. But this game, we didn't score as many points. Like, we only scored 16. 16 points. And it is alarming. It is alarming for sure. I think we need to show a bit more in our attack in terms of, like, maybe offload the ball a lot more, throw just some second phase football, just show a lot more in attack. That's just what I believe, actually.
Yep, I agree. And just quickly, Nick from Australia, we just touched over the Broncos and Cowboys game there as well. Look, it was a good outing by you guys. You guys proved a lot of people wrong. You actually made the Broncos look very ordinary, I think, anyway, especially Reynolds, who was brought in there, in my opinion, to obviously try and mitigate a few things, cancel a few things. And I just thought he just caused more hassles there at the Broncos. So, again, good vlog as well. But, thanks. Yeah, look, we had a good win. We'll take it. That's the summation. We'll take it. It is what it is. Not pretty, but, hey, rather 2 points than 0 points, End of that. All right, Ruin Hammer. So what did you make of Brown's bench rotation not using Pennant or Tavanga in the whole of the first half, considering how good they've been coming off the bench in round 1 and 2? Yeah, we'll touch on that, but I guess just a quick quick spill on that for me personally. I'm not pleased at all, especially when you see what Pennant can do in the little squirts that he's been getting. It's sort of funny because his little small, so he plays little minutes, but what he does in those small minutes is actually quite significant compared to some other players who've been given bigger minutes, say, for example, Cernan in this game. So I'm actually pleased. And Tavanga as well. He's been playing some good footy, but yet hasn't even been used. So, again, I agree that we'll get there with the stats as well. And, guys, I will read into the stats there. All right, so here we go, guys. We're going into the squad stats where we read out the stats and just give a summation of our thoughts on the players. We're going to go from 1 to 17. So, Reece Walsh, here are his stats. What are your thoughts on him, Fanatics?
So, Reece Walsh, 157 running meters, 2 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 7 tackles, and no errors. So, look, Reece Walsh, I thought he had a great game. Defensively was outstanding. Attack always looked threatening when running the ball, and I thought he had a great game. So, yeah, it was very good, Reece Walsh.
Yeah, he's the offensive gel for us, isn't he? There's no other way to put it, really. When he plays, these spark, these joy, these optimism, these youth, right? These exuberance, these all those sort of nice little pretty words you can throw at him. But ultimately, it's just a player there who is growing, who will grow. And I don't want to get into it, but God willing, will stay with us. But anyway, I won't go down that track. Adam Pompey. So I'll do this one here. He had 1 try, 78 run meters, 1 tackle break. He had 2 tackles, 1 miss, and 0 errors. Look, I personally, I don't want to say too much here, but it is what it is. It was okay. I want to see Junior Ratuva personally. That's what I'll be honest. I want to see him play. But in saying that, he played in a team that won. So, he scored us that 1 try. 1 try means, as more points. It is what it is. My overall thoughts, it was okay. It was okay. I guess as a collective, the Warriors were pretty ordinary anyway. So, there's no point sort of finger pointing. But, yeah, it is what it is there. Did you just want to give us a run there of Jesse Arthur's Fanatics?
Yep. So Jesse Arthur's 55 missed tackles and no errors. So, look, I know there's a lot of people people that are big fans of Jesse Arthurs, and last week there's a lot of people that wanted him dropped over the likes of Rocco Berry, which I think is completely. I disagree with completely. I'm a massive Rocco Berry fan, and I've always rated the kid very highly. And yes, he made a couple of mistakes, but you can't drop him. So, look, I thought Jesse Arthurs, I think he had an all right game. Nothing too flash. There was a couple of times where I think personally, defensively, he's a little bit iffy at times. He can be good, but a little bit iffy also. So, yeah, I mean, he was okay. He was all right, but yeah, look. That's about it for me for Jesse Arthurs and my thoughts on him.
Yeah. No, well said there, Fanatics. And Nick from Australia touches on it, basically saying that I've been saying this since round one. Bernard Murdoch-Masila has got to be in the 17. He brings impact and Warriors to the defensive line. Get Ben Murdoch-Masila at the 17 and drop Cernan. What are your thoughts on that one there, Fanatics?
Yeah, I agree. I've not been the biggest of fans of him being dropped. I mean, first game, I don't think he was terrible at all coming off the bench, and I don't understand why he's not playing. I'm a big fan of Ben Murdoch-Masila. I think he should be getting more game time for me. So, yeah, I don't understand it. Why he or Jack Murchie aren't under the 17 together.
Yeah, no, good point there. And I think Ruin Hammer sort of touched on it, to be fair. They basically summarized how you and myself have felt regarding Pompey and Arthur's there. You know, Gilda and Dota, they were allowed to make a lot of running, weren't they? So there you go. All right. Seems all a myth that the Oz teams had an advantage over us in regards to preseason training and in a warmer climate than Auckland. Seems not true after the Warriors had preseason. Yeah, look, this is this is one of those comments where you're going to just basically, you know, sort of drop a bomb here on my brain and it's going to explode, man. Because, look, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Walsh was best for sure. His work rate, really good. Yeah, look, I thought it was a toss-up between him and Curran, myself, personally. What's going on with Murchie and Murdoch-Masila? I want to see them again, too. Absolutely, I agree there. Wow. And thanks for joining in, Wow. Appreciate you and your work. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to go into this player here. Now I want to touch on this one here. Rocco Berry, he's become a player that's been the center of a lot of conversation as of late regarding the Warriors and their forums. I just want to come out here, and I'm sure Fanatics says the same. I'm a Rocco Berry fan, end of story. All right, that's it. Simple. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't care about what your thoughts are about him. I enjoy him. He's growing into the game. He's that center we need for the future. Yes, there's some errors in his game, but he's learning. You got to remember he's coming from a different code, a different sport altogether. It's not like he was raised with a rugby league ball in his hand. It's a different thing altogether. People like to jar the two sports, but it's not like that. It's not like that at all. Again, defensively as well, he's growing, he's learning. He'll have some good games, he'll have some bad games, but hey, that's part of learning, isn't it? I think he's like 19 or 20 years old. Again, so time is on his side, learning is on his side, and he's a player who wants to learn. So my personal opinion, I know people are allowed to have their opinions of Rocco Berry, but miss me with that. Okay? Miss me with that. All right, so Rocco Berry, 77 run meters, 14 tackles, 2 missed tackles, and 2 errors. Again, not great, not the best, but it is what it is with Rocco Berry. He's a project player in the sense that there's going to be that patience, I'm sure, that will be attuned with him. That's going to be attached with him, sorry. And on top of that as well, it's a player that he will grow, he'll benefit from this. Remember, last year he was basically in the thick of it. This was we got to remember last season was like his first full string rugby league, right? And he was playing in like the NRL, right? Arguably the toughest competition in the world. And he was playing in it. He was right in the thick of it, tackling his guts out, running his guts out as well, scoring a try, a meat pie here and there. So again, just with Rocco Berry, I know it comes out as a bit passionate on my behalf and whatever. I don't care. And again, it's not to say you can't have your opinion because we all do, but I'm going to stand by Rocco Berry there personally. It is what it is. But he'll grow into it. It is what it is. He'll learn, right? So give me your thoughts on Marcelo Montoya. What were your thoughts on him? Read his stats, please and thank you.
Yeah, okay. So, Marcelo Montoya, look, 70 minutes, right? 1 try assist, 110 running meters, 1 line break, 4 tackles, and 0 missed tackles, and 0 errors. But look, Marcelo Montoya, I've got to say now, the first 2 games of the season haven't really been up to Marcelo Montoya's standards, in my opinion. I believe, because I am a massive Marcelo Montoya fan. I think he's one of our underrated players, personally, from my point of view. Look, I don't know. Maybe there's something not really standing out for me in terms of Marcelo Montoya right now. And, there's a couple of times defensively where he gets found out too a bit. And I don't know. I have not been impressed with him. I really have not been impressed by his performances so far this year. So far.
Yeah, look, I agree. Obviously Montoya last season is probably not having the same effect as Montoya of this season. And I can't really explain why, because it's not like things have really changed too drastically. You may argue maybe we're missing a center here and there, aka Petahuku. But in saying that, though, like just what he's producing now is I'm not a fan of it. Defensively as well, he's leaking, right? We need a plumber, and there's no one there to fix it. So it's worrying, I think, anyway. But yeah, as we sort of read through the comments there, Jacko here, Arthur's looks okay, especially on defense, but doesn't look like a real threat in attack. Should have kept Hiku. Yeah, a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas. Unfortunately, Jacko here, as you know, will be being quite accustomed to supporting the Warriors. A lot of shoulda, woulda, coulda. Anyway, we'll get into this one here. Shanahar's Tavita. So we had 68 minutes, 1 try assist, 66 run meters, 17 tackles plus 2 missed tackles, 220 kicking meters, as well as 2 errors. Look, for my game, I thought Shanahar's Tavita, yeah, it was all right. There's not much probably more to say there. In a winning side, though, it's great. That 1 try assist was good, though, to be fair. Tackling, good. He's not, I don't know. What are your thoughts on him, Fanatics? Can you please, I thought he was okay. Okay, I'm not sure what to say.
Well, look, I thought he started off pretty well. I was hyping him up at the start of the game because he made a couple of good kicks. And, yeah, look, I think he wasn't – I don't think he was terrible. I don't think he had a bad game at all. I think he just was solid at the end of the day. I think it was solid. So, yeah, look, the halves are a bit of a worry for me at the moment. It was a worry in the off-season. It still is 3 rounds into the season. And I really hope, soon that the situation can get fixed and we have some continuity in the house, because continuity is an important thing and we haven't really got it at the moment. So, yeah. That's what my thoughts are on that in regards to the halves.
Yeah, you touched on it. We don't have continuity. And look, as much as we love the fact that Sean Johnson's back, the fact that he's not playing with us because of injury, again, I know you can't control it, but still, the fact that he's away with injury and he's our marquee halfback is just, it's almost like we're back to square one. Granted, I get he'll come back, I'm sure, but it doesn't put us in a good place when he's away. I love it when Sean Johnson's playing for us. When he's not playing for us, I don't love it, right? I think that's a quick summation there. Alex Lopez. Hey, Alex. So just quickly here, I'm sure Fanatics and I and Ruin Hammer and Co. will all have our own thoughts on this, but with Metcalf, coming next year, what's your thoughts on who's on the way out in the halves? Do you just want to have a quick touch of that, because it's talking about next year? We're not there yet, but what are your thoughts just quickly on that?
Well, first things first, I think personally it's really hard to say because we're only 3 rounds into the season. It's only 3 rounds in, so it's early days. But Connor Metcalf, is it Connor Metcalf? No, it's Luke Metcalf. Sorry, Luke Metcalf. I got that completely wrong. My apologies there. Luke Metcalf, look, I haven't really watched too much of him. I saw a bit of him on like some highlights and stuff on the New South Wales Rugby League website. That's probably as much as I've seen of Luke Metcalf as I have. So, I don't really watch too many Cronulla Sharks games, and I don't really watch too much of the lower grades of the New South Wales competition. So, what I've seen of him, I think he's promising, and he's got a massive potential coming through. But I don't know where he's going to fit in the side. My question is where's he going to play? Is he going to be starting, or is he going to be off the bench? I'm not sure about that one. But in terms of who's going to come out, look, I don't know. Maybe a Cody Nikarima or someone like that. Maybe will leave. I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, look,
Hard to say.
I'm just going to sort of. Yeah, look, I'm going to chime in there. Look, with someone like Metcalf, the way he's been playing over the reserve grades, can we have him now? Right? That's probably as simple as I'm going to say it. If he came in, he'll take away either, in my opinion, Shania Tavita or Nikodima. End of story. There's no ifs or buts there. He is playing his heart out there. He's a good quality halfback. I think he can fill in 5'8" as well. But 110%, bro, if he, and this is not directed at you, just to everyone, in my opinion, if he was available, we'll get him straight away. We'll get him tomorrow if we could. I know for a fact. He's playing so well, and we need a player like him. He's setting up tries. He's running around. He's being that player that we miss and we need sincerely. Anyway, Cody Nikorima, 1 try, just 36 running meters, 1 tackle break, 20 tackles, 1 missed tackle, 191 kick meters, 2 errors. Look, I'm just going to summate it here just quickly. I don't know. Can you really even put it into words? It was, again, the issues with the halves. All right, as you guys can see, I can't even explain it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to say there. Yeah. Whatever. Look, anyway. Adam Fanor Blake, give me your thoughts on it, man, and the stats as well.
Yep. So Adam Fanor Blake, 60 minutes for 150 running meters, 27 tackles, 0 missed tackles, and 2 errors as well. So Adam Fanor Blake, I think he's had a good start to the season. He hasn't really been disappointing at all. And look, what can you say? One of our best forwards, and him and Josh Curran and that been one of our standouts. So yeah, good performance by Adam Fanor Blake is what I thought.
Yep. I'm just reading through the comments here as well, Fanatics. Just catching up. Is our defensive line speed shocking? I'm no pro athlete, but I think we have the worst line speed in the comp. Your thoughts? Look, well, we have the second, right? We have the second worst. The second to the last worst line speed in the comp because Tigers are the worst. So we'll take it, right? That's one up on being last. So that's my thoughts on it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Metcalf, Sean Johnson for sure, hands down. Metcalf's a very good half speed and good kicking game. Absolutely. More here from Jacko here. Says Metcalf will starting for sure. And Jacko here as well agreeing with me. Yes, please, HTB, get Metcalf. Now, if we could, we would. I know. And I think we've been trying to. But Sharks, they're holding on their contract. See, that's why I don't like the Sharks. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Metcalf scored 3 tries and kicked 6 out of 9 for Newton this past week. Did you know that, Fanatics?
No, I did not know that at all, actually. That just shows why we're signing him. It shows why we want him at the club. So the club sees potential in him at the end of the day, and that's why what he's showing on the field. He's showing it.
It's painful. It's brutal, though, that he's playing better than what's available. I won't say any more than that. Okay. Give me your thoughts. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll do it now. Wade Egan, he's another player that people are sort of, on the fence on. 75 minutes, 54 run meters, 45 tackles plus 2 misses. He had the highest tackle count as well of the night. 2 kicking meters as well as run error. Yeah, look, defensively, he's great. That little error there where Curran made the break and passed him and he dropped the ball wasn't great. He made the 2 kick meters is talking about that kick he had when he shouldn't have kicked it, should have passed it. Reece Walsh was on the other side. He decided to go the opposite way. So instead of going the blind side, he went the open way, and he kicked the ball straight into the breadbasket of another Tigers player who collected it. And they had their own ball there to play with. So wasn't great. Yeah, there's not much there to surmise off Egan apart from the fact that he's a great defensive player. I really, 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 really wish. Well, in patches he does come good offensively, but it's just not. There's some hookers who just have the attacking aspect of it. I'm not taking anything away from him by saying this, but yeah, he's a defensive hooker, which is great. We need it. We definitely do. But I just want to see a bit more from him offensively. Yeah, I think I'll just say that. All right, Fanatics, your thoughts on Matt Lodge and his stats?
So Matthew Lodge, 54 meters. 54 minutes, 140 running meters, 28 tackles, 3 missed tackles, and 3 errors. That's quite a lot of errors there by Matthew Lodge. And I think this wasn't his best game. Yeah, well, completely honest, I don't think he was, horrible at the end of the day. But yeah, I gotta say it wasn't. Yeah, his best game, to be fair. So, yeah.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, with Matt Lodge, he does have the odd error that sneaks in every now and then. I think he's a good player, though. Don't get me wrong. When he's on, right? Productive-wise, he gives us a lot of good production. Yeah. 28 tackles, 3 missed tackles, sort of shows you that he's worked 148 run meters. Yeah, he was okay. He was okay. All right, so Ewan Aitken, and I'll get to the comments as well, guys, soon. He had 1 try, 95 run meters, 31 tackles, 1 missed tackle, and 0 errors. Yeah, I thought Ewan Aitken was probably part of that good, the better players alongside Curran as well as Reece Walsh. Didn't put a foot wrong as well. I thought he was good there. And obviously that try there tapped back into him, I believe, from Montoya. Yeah, I mean, you can't really complain there. He did what he had to do. He's always consistent for us, I think, anyway, especially in the defensive end. A lot of people may criticize or maybe even want him to actually be a center, but look, I think personally he's an all-out, in my opinion anyway, all-out and out second rower, and we definitely need him there because he does close a lot of the attacks there from the opposition, I think anyway. What are your thoughts on Eliezer Katoa?
Yep. Yeah, so Eliezer Katoa, 30 minutes, 46 run meters, is that 11? Yeah, 11 tackles, I believe that is. And 1 missed tackle. Sorry?
Yeah, sorry. That's 1 tackle break, 11 tackles, 1 missed tackle, and 0 errors. Yeah.
Okay, yep. All right, yeah. So, how do I sum this up? I think Eliezer Katoa probably was his quietest game. Yeah, it was his quietest game that he's played for me. So, yeah, look, I don't think it was a standout performance at the end of the day. And, look, I think you touched on Ewan before. I think Ewan Aitken was in terms of our forwards, in terms of the second row on the field. So, yeah, Eliezer Katoa didn't really stand out for me, I think, yeah, personally.
Yep, no, I agree there. Just quickly as well, I'll jack over a few of the comments there, but Lodge was okay, but needs to HTB and stop offloading so much. Yeah, I agree there. He needs to HTB. I think a lot of players need a HTB. Yep. Anyway, Jacko here. Still don't get why Aitken is in the second row. Bring Murchie or Ben Murdoch Masila in the team. We'd be better off overall. Look, the way our centers are being, or should I say, the way not Barry, but the other center position is going. Yeah, possibly. We'll see. Aitken, and this one here says bring Jacko here again. Aitken back to center. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's possible. It's viable. All right. So Josh Curran, 66 meters, 101 run meters. Sorry, 66 minutes, 141 run meters, 1 tackle break, 2 offloads, 28 tackles, 3 misses, 0 errors. I thought for myself personally he was the best player in the Warriors team there, even though collectively wasn't the best game. I thought he was a standout player there, always trying his heart out. Again, just a player who's solid on attack and offense as well. And he has 5 votes as well for the Daily M, 5 so far. So I'm hoping we can really support Josh Curran here as a team, as a unit. Let's get behind him. Let's try and give him the good games, and hopefully in turn he can do it as well. But he's having such a ripper start to the season here. And a lot of us, unfortunately, because the Warriors, the way that they've been playing, we focus our attention so much on the Warriors as a whole. We sometimes forget when players are playing well individually. And I think Josh Curran is one man there that we're forgetting about. 5 Daily M votes so far. Do we want him to win? Absolutely we do. So we've got to give him, let's cheer him on, let's support him. Hopefully he can keep going strong, and he can be the second player, touch wood, in Warriors history to win a Dally M, but I'm all behind him for winning. And 5 Dally M votes, should have got 3, but instead, hopefully we can continue, or he can continue on that rise there. So now, guys, we're going to the bench. Fanatics, give me your thoughts on Jazz Tavanga.
Yep, so Jazz Tavanga, 31 minutes, 86 running meters, 1 tackle break, 2 offloads, 21 tackles, and 0 missed tackles, and the big one, no errors. No errors from Jazz Tavanga. So I know a lot of people are, very critical of Jazz Tavanga, and, people talk about his ill discipline and a lot of penalties in games. And look, I think since coming back into the team, coming off the bench, I think Jazz Tavanga has actually been very actually. He hasn't been always. He made those mistakes that people prone him to make mistakes around. And yeah, look, I think he's had a solid couple of games to start the season. I thought he was solid as well coming off the bench. So yeah, not too bad from Jazz Tavanga actually.
Yeah, I agree. Well said. I think he should be playing more. Personally, I think it sort of touches off what Ruin Hammer was sort of talking about beforehand. I agree. He needs to be playing more. I'm not a fan of the rotation. If anything, I think he needs to play a good solid half and then some. It's quite clear to me that when he's on the field, he does make a difference. And the most important thing about Jazz Tavanga as well, heading into the season particularly, is the errors have dropped significantly quite early, which is good to see. I'm pleased. I'm happy. I'm smiling, even though I'm sad inside of the Warriors. No, I'm kidding. I'm good. We good. All right. Bunty R4, 27 minutes, 84 run meters, 1 tackle break, 16 tackles, 1 missed tackle, 0 errors. I love Bunty from the back fence R4. I don't know. It's just something about him running from the back fence. I talk about it week in, week out. Even when I see him on the television, I've got to repeat it. Bunty from the back fence. Look, 27 minutes, probably not going to get the most out of your players when you give them that much. Again, the rotations and minutes is quite startling. I'm really getting annoyed at it, just low key. I'm just going to be honest. I'm getting a little bit annoyed. I think some of our players, they need to play bigger minutes. Bunty R4 can play big minutes, man. He's got a good pair of lungs on him. He's a fit dude, so he should have played more. But in saying that, hey, he gave us what he gave, and the most important thing, no errors. I thought he played well. What are your thoughts on Bunty R4, just quickly?
Yeah, look, I don't understand it too. I don't know what the goal is with the bench rotation by Nathan Brown. I don't quite completely understand of Bunty Afoa getting not many minutes and Aaron Penne and all those players. And look, I think Bunty was all right. I think he had an all right game, and just for that many minutes that he got, I think he was all right actually. Yeah, look, 27 minutes. 84 running meters and 1 tackle break, and that's not good. You're fire.
Yep. What I'm going to show you guys now next is going to be startling. Are you guys ready for it? Close your eyes. You might not want to see it, okay? This may shock some of you guys. You ready? 3, 2, 1, action. Aaron Penne. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Out of 80 minutes, he played 12 minutes. He has a good motor on him. He's actually one of our best performers off the bench. And Nathan Brown says, nah, it's all right. 12 minutes will do him. 12 minutes? Are you joking me right now? 12 minutes, 36 run meters, 9 tackles, 0 misses, 0 errors. Dude. 12 minutes? You're telling me that's all you're going to give Aaron Penne, 12 minutes? I know that Aaron Penne is a competitor. I know he's a fighter. I know he's a dude who wants to play. He can play. He can hold the ball. To be quite frank, he's a good ball carrier. 12 minutes for someone who's got, he's from that Storm system. He's a good player. He produces well. 12 minutes? What are your thoughts on that? As you can tell by my voice, I'm annoyed. What are your thoughts on that? 12 minutes? Damn. Come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, look, I didn't even know that. Now, I did my player ratings, and Hammer mentioned in the comments that Aaron Penne played for 12, thinking, well, I didn't even know that, to be completely honest. And yeah, look, 12 minutes it's not great at all. I mean, he's playing a lot more minutes than that. You know, he's more than capable of playing a lot. I was thinking I'm playing him for 12 minutes only in the game, so give him more game time. I mean, look, first 2 games, outstanding Aaron Penne coming off the bench, added a lot of impact, and I think he needs to be, in my opinion, it's just completely ridiculous. It's just not right. It's not right at all. I think, yeah, I don't understand it. The bench rotation by Nathan Brown is just very questionable right now. It's very questionable. You know, Aaron Penne, 12 minutes. Yeah, not impressed at all. Not impressed by that.
No.
And
not at all.
He's a good player, and he should be given a lot more time.
Yeah, look, I just want to go here and look. I agree. Jacko here did say it before. Told you HTB as well as Fanatics. Brown's bench rotations are crap. Yeah, look, yeah, there's no denying it now. Brown needs to sack. Wahol D-Law says, welcome. I love Penne. Almost brings me to tears seeing him getting splinters in the ass on the bench for most of the games. Yeah, look, that's a very good point. He is such an effective player. I am perplexed, and when you put the thing about the thing about bench rotations, not necessarily the rotations and how you use the players, I think it's the minutes they're being used for, right? So, for example, when you see a player like Penne being used for 12 minutes, it's not great as well, right? And guys, I told you I told you I was going to show you something shocking, right? You ready for this? I'm going to show you something else that's really shocking as well. You guys ready? Are you prepared for it? Close your eyes. I'm not sure if you can handle this. I don't know if you can handle this. Bailey Sirenen, go on for the next. I'll let you have a rip into this one, bro.
Bailey Sirenen, 58 minutes. That's the big one there. 58 minutes, 53 run meters, 20 tackles, and 5 missed tackles and no errors. How is played 58 minutes and 12 minutes? I really got to shake my head at that one, and completely. And look, Bailey Sirenen, I have been very critical of Bailey Sirenen. I am, not seen enough in him in terms of impact. And look, in this game, I thought he showed a lot better than what he showed for me in the first 2 games of the season. Don't get me wrong, he showed a lot more than he showed. But 58 minutes for 53 running meters, and Aaron Penne gets, 12 minutes off the bench? Come on here. Come on now. I don't understand it. I just don't at all. I really don't.
In terms of production value, Aaron Penne gives you so much more in that little sample size. 12 minutes, 36 run meters, 9 tackles, compared to 58 minutes, 53 run meters, 20 tackles, 5 missed tackles. Aaron Penne, even in that little sample there, played better, in my opinion, than Bailey Sirenen. I haven't even spoke about Jazz Tavanga, and it's 31 minutes, 86 run meters, 1 tackle break, 2 offloads, 21 tackles, as well as 0. If you compare Jazz Tavanga to Sirenen, the comparison, the stats become even more stark. It becomes even more alarming. It's even more alarming. And then you put what on earth? Look, I don't mean to throw any stones here. All right, so forgive me. I'm just saying this, and I want to.
Yeah.
I just want to know. Oh, forgive me, okay, sincerely, but I just want to know what Bailey Sirenen offers at this current stage for us, that a player like Ben Murdoch-Masila or Aaron Penne or Murchie, who hasn't been given opportunity yet, what does he have that they can't sort of show? I mean, my opinion there, but again, just what are your thoughts on that? It's alarming. 58 minutes for Bailey Sirenen, 12 minutes for Aaron Penne, and then you have here for Jazz Tavanga 31 minutes, and then even chuck in Bunty from the back fence R4, 27 minutes. In terms of production, Bailey Sirenen, forgive me. Anyway, look, it is what it is. We won. I guess that's the positive there. I'll read the comment section first before we get into it. We've got a quick little discussions point here where we'll talk about some things, and then we'll basically finish it off. So I'll get into the comments just quickly. All right. Wow. Our forward is stacked. It's the backs that worry me. Yeah, I agree. But I said, yeah. Pennant is a tighter player than Lodge or HTB. He is exactly what we need in the middle to complement others. Absolutely. I agree. Thoughts on Jazz Tavanga leaving the Warriors effect? Huh? No, he's trolling. You're trolling.
Huh?
You're trolling. What? Nah, that he's trolling. Hey, nah, that's a troll. Nah, that's trolling. I'm not gonna pay credence to that. Sir, good one though. Cernan should have been dropped ages ago. He is one of Brown's favorites. Brown said in the presser he had a good game. Yeah, look, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Cernan, is he a forward or a back? I don't know. He's a reserve player. Didn't Bailey go okay in the halves for Souths? Maybe that's where he needs to apply his trade. Possibly. But then again, if he goes there, just another mix in the Warriors halves again. They playing Cernan as ball playing lock, but there's no point in that when the halves can't organize set piece. Yeah, look, halves. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so some discussion points, guys. Give me your thoughts on. Give me your bare knuckle thoughts on the halves. Let's hit it. 3, 2, 1, action.
Yeah, well, look, let's try and talk over this heavy rain at the beginning at the moment in Queensland. But
yeah, okay.
Look, in terms of the halves right now, I have to say, look, coming into this off-season, it was a huge talking point. And who was going to play in the halves? Who was it going to play with? Sean Johnson. Well, we know Sean Johnson's out. Now, I'm not too sure if he's actually going to be back this week. I don't know what the go is that one. But if he is back, I mean, look, who's going to play with him again? Who's going to play with him? Is it going to be Cody? Is it going to be Chanel? Is it going to be Taylor? Well, neither of them have really answered the question, have they? No, at all, actually. And look, yeah, that was my worry going into this because we're 3 rounds into the season, no continuity whatsoever in that position, and look, we need continuity soon rather than later. Always, it's going to get to the point where it's too late during the season. So it is still an issue for me. Yeah, right now.
Look, the one question I'll bring forth to a halves pairing, because remember, this was almost the main halves pairing for last year. Have they really improved from last season? We got to be critical here. We got to be upfront. We got to be analysts here, right? Have they really improved from last season? Sure, 1 game together or 2 games together, should I say, probably doesn't give a large sample size, 1 to 2. But still, the question is, did they look like they'd improved against a diminishing bad Tigers team?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. No, they did not. CHT and Nikodima did not look like they'd improved at all. I'm sorry, but we got to start calling spades a spade. All right? And I know for a fact, personally, this is my own fact. I don't care. I'm making it up. But look, in all seriousness, if we can't get a decent half combination going this year, I don't even see us making the 8 again. There we go. That is my big call for the year. If we can't get a consistent, good halves pairing for the season, forget about making the 8. Forget about it. I'm going to come down hard here because I think it needs to be addressed. Every week we look forward to seeing the boys play, and the funny thing is we don't even look forward to seeing our halves play. We look forward to seeing our backs play. We look forward to seeing our forwards play, but we never look forward to seeing our halves play. And that is a big issue there. You got other teams there, the Storm, the Sharks, the Eels, where their fans looking forward to their halves playing week in, week out. That's the last thing we want to look at. That's the last thing we want to look at is the halves combination for the week. That's the last thing we want to look at. That's a big worrying sign for me heading into it. for a team that wants to try and make inroads into the top 8. I mean this in all sincerity. I love this team, I do. But in all honesty, our halves, especially with Sean Johnson being out, we ain't good. What run do we really expect? If our boys struggled against a depleted, defeated Tigers team, and as much as I really want to look forward to this Broncos team, do you really think we're going to make some damage against the Broncos team? We don't have halves like the Sharks do. Heck, even the Raiders, their halves aren't that great, but they're better than ours. On a week-to-week basis, I don't look forward to seeing the halves on our Teamless Tuesday. That's the last thing I look forward to. Anyway, sorry guys. This is. What are your thoughts on this one here, Fanatics? Particularly with some of our run meters. You know, I don't think they're the best collectively overall. I think we need to be a lot better in the run department. What are your thoughts on that? Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, look, I've got to agree. I've got to agree with you there because our first couple of games, our running meters, in terms of our running meters and stats, have not been great. And I think our forwards probably need to run the ball a little bit more, run a bit more harder into the defense. And yeah, I mean, how do I just look? I just think that's a bit of a still it's concerning in areas of the game. It's really concerning because for making those meters, you really do. So look, it is worrying. That's the way I put it for me. But yeah, we need to show a bit more. We need to show a bit more in that area in terms of making meters down the middle because a lot of teams come up against us and they're making easy runs, easy meters through the middle, and that's the worry.
Yeah, look, I agree. Look, to be fair with you, we're not. Our big guys need to run more than what they're giving us. I get it; it's tiring, it's tough, But as a collective, we need to do a lot more run meters than that. I think we're not. I don't know. I'm not sure. We're not pumping the legs more. We're not enough anger, not enough determination. I don't know what it is. But when we say we're warriors, can we play like warriors? We used to be back in the day. I remember as a kid growing up watching the Warriors. I'm sure Fanatics is in the same boat here. I used to remember the Warriors just being one of the most feared teams to tackle against because our boys will just pump the legs and run over you. And now these boys here, it's just different. Bring me back. Anyway. So look at this one here, Fanatics. This is our draw from next week onwards. Broncos, Cowboys, Roosters, Storm, Raiders, Sharks, Rabbitohs, Dragons. Honestly, based on our form now, how many of them do you see us winning? I'm being dead serious right now. Like, what are your thoughts? And I'll give you mine. It's okay if you think we can win that's fine. But what are your opinion? And I'll give you mine.
Well, look, I want to be optimistic, but I also want to be realistic at the same time. So, look, Broncos, Cowboys, I think they are winnable games. I know Brisbane are having a good start to the season so far, bearing that loss. The Cowboys have had a good start also. Look, I think Broncos, Cowboys are very winnable. We could jag 2 wins there, or we could jag 1 win out of those 2 teams. Particular Roosters, look, I've got to be completely honest. I don't see us being the Roosters. Melbourne, no way.
Nope.
Not in Melbourne.
Nope.
Ain't going to happen. I don't see it happening, unfortunately. Not going to happen. We don't have a good record against Melbourne up there. Raiders is a winnable game. Raiders are a bit of an up and down sort of team at the moment. I'm not impressed with them at this point of the season so far. Sharks, a team that's been tipped to make the top 8 this year. A lot of people are very high on them. So they'll be different. Rabbitohs,
Nah.
That's Magic Round, I believe.
Oh, that's Magic Round. I'll be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, we will be there.
Know.
We will be there. Stuff it. We'll be there.
We'll be there. Yeah. We'll beat them. Yeah, it's that magic round, so I've got to back us in to win that because we'll be
Yes,
there.
of course,
So
yes. We will beat them
yeah, look,
comfortably.
definitely. I think we can beat them. Yeah, look, the Rabbitohs are a team which this year aren't as good as last year. I mean, they're a bit Roosters, but whether the Roosters were off, I don't know. Whether the Rabbits were that good, it's really hard to say. But the Dragons, well, they beat us the early round of the season, so that's a 50-50 game for me. So yeah, look, that's just my general thoughts on the games. I think probably 2-3 wins in there, possibly. But out of those teams, Roosters, Storm, I don't think it's been those teams. But the Raiders is a winnable game. Rabbits are a winnable game, and Dragons for me.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to read the comments here. I'm not feeling optimistic. That's what I want to say. Don't be negative, but Sean Johnson is coming toward the end of his career, and all the other halves are off contract at the end of the year. Big worrying signs. Yeah, look, yeah. Anyway, when I look at the Rabbitohs, they look like a 20 million team compared to the Warriors. They look at a $2 million team, or maybe even a $2 team. Wow, maybe $2 team. HTB on the ball. Thank you, Alex. Halves are below New South Wales Cup level at the moment. Sean Johnson still needs a good half in the team. Absolutely, he does. We ain't producing anything. Don't even worry about it.
Yep,
Checker here. I will take a punt and give Cook a game. Yes, he's energetic, good kicking game, and has real speed. Yes. Can we please just give us something different? I'm begging for difference. Sorry, Fanatics. You go. You're pretty excited. You go for it, man. You go for it.
Yeah, look. Yeah, I wanted to touch on that actually. I mentioned it because I saw on the weekend I caught the highlights of the Dolphins game. The Dolphins, they got their first win of the season, and Adam Cook was playing halfback, and he had a great game. He got the match-winning field goal as well. I think it was 40 meters out, and I saw the clip and video of it, and look, I don't know. Why don't you give Adam Cook a chance? I mean, he's right there. He's contracted to the Warriors. I believe he is some sort of contract there. And yeah, look, I might get a chance to see him again this week because the Dolphins are playing up here on the Gold Coast here. They're playing the Burleigh Bears on Saturday. So Saturday's going to be a big day. Got the Warriors playing Brisbane at 2 p.m. and the Burleigh Bears are taking on the Redcliffe Dolphins, so we might see some. I might be there to watch that game. Actually, I might be watching the Burleigh Bears and Redcliffe Dolphins. Likes of maybe Edward Cozy and the likes playing for the Dolphins. So yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so I think it should, it'll be interesting. I might see him live this week. Yeah, I think. Awesome. Why not give him a crack at some point? I think why not give him a crack? Because we need something there in terms of our halves. It's just not working right now.
Yeah, I agree. Just give us something different. Jacob here says we will likely be 3 wins away from 3 wins from 10. Brown will be lucky to see season out. Yeah, look, I've sort of made mention on the whole coach sacking thing. If the Warriors do, who do we get? I don't even want to think about that. I just want to think about the Broncos. So I'm probably not going to address that for now. But as you can see in my face as well, Fanatics, we are annoyed. Yeah. Look, I'm not going to sort of talk about this. I think we know the answers here, right, guys? Struggling with Tigers, bad signs. Yes, it is bad signs. Is it early? Yes, it is. But does it leave much room for optimism? No, it doesn't. Is there room for growth? Absolutely. Can the Warriors turn their season around? Heck yeah. Will they? Next question. All right. So, Ratuva in, Murchie in, Wade. So, in other words, Fanatics, what are your thoughts? Who would you swap for who? Who would you bring in for who? Give me your thoughts. It's a right mess at the moment, unfortunately. What are your thoughts?
How do I put this? Look, who would you take out? Well, right now, I think Cody should be dropped. I think he should be out of the team completely. Look, I think as there's thunder in the background. But anyway, so yeah, look, I think
Melbourne
Katie
Storm.
Karima should
Melbourne
be
Storm
out.
are coming.
Yeah, I personally would have dropped it. Yeah, you can hear. Oh, you can hear in the background. You have thunderstorm here in Queensland, so
Yeah,
got a
Melbourne
more
Storm,
action.
mate. The Melbourne
Guys can
Storm.
hear
They're
it, I'm
coming.
sure
They're
you will.
coming. They're coming for us. They're coming for the Warriors. Oh
The
no.
bloody, yeah, the bloody Melbourne. Yeah, bloody Melbourne Storm. Yeah. So yeah, look, if my connection's cutting out, it's probably the reason why there's a storm here. But like I said, there, Junior Retriever had an opportunity. Actually, I said it for a couple of weeks now that why not give him a crack, Junior Retriever. Actually, and the thing is, who would you play him for? Like, who would you replace? Like, would you bring him in for Adam Pompey? I mean, I'd say yes. I'd bring him in for Adam Pompey.
Hands down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd bring him in actually. Cody Karima, how many chances does he need? Personally, I don't know. I mean, he's been getting a lot of chances, and in the All-Stars game, I thought he was going to continue that form that he had All-Stars game into the season, and he hasn't done it. So, yeah, look, I'm giving him chance after chance and saying that, see what happens, but he might be running out of chances, unfortunately. Yeah, so that and Masilla, Ben Masilla should be in there. I think he's got to be in that 17, and Murchie's a chance as well. I don't know. I'd bring someone like Ben Masilla into the starting 17. I think he should be in there. Well, he should be starting. You could argue maybe him and maybe put Elias Katoa to the bench. I don't know. Something different. That's what I see, I think. But yeah, that's what I believe. I don't know what you believe there. I'm just taking guesses, mild guesses.
Yeah. Yeah, look, he's not. I don't think he's right or wrong.
Hey.
Oh, look, it looks like we might be able to coach better than the one we have. No, I'm kidding. All right, so no, that was a joke, guys. Look, for me, definitely Ratuva in for Pompey ASAP as soon as possible, for sure. As what you do for the others, I don't know, give Penny more game time. But look, that concludes anyway the Warriors show. We've gone a bit long here. Thank you guys for watching, for your patience, for being part of the discussion and all that stuff there. Fanatics and I plan to make this a regular thing, whether it be on his channel or mine. The point being, we give you guys, the viewer, content on a regular basis pertaining to the Warriors mainly. When we go live together, it's usually for the Warriors, which is what we plan to continue to do. But look, any sort of last words, bro, or anything you got planned for this week that the fans should know about, man, the peeps should know about. Spread the word. The word is the bird. The bird is the word. Yes.
So, look, in terms of content, planning to come on the Warriors NRL Fanatics YouTube channel. The channel's getting very close to 1K subscribers. I know I did hit it before, but I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately. I think I've had a few. But anyway, we're getting close to that mark. But I've got a lot of content planned in terms of videos. I've got a preview tomorrow night for the Brisbane Broncos, New Zealand Warriors round 4. Yeah, round 4. That will be with always Brisbane Broncos. That is Josh Nick from Australia's brother there. He's a Brisbane fan. So that preview will be with him tomorrow night at 7 Queensland time. So that'll be 10:30 p.m. for those in New Zealand and 8:30 for New South Wales viewers. And I'm looking forward to that with Josh. He's a big Brisbane Broncos fan. Obviously, he'll be disappointed with last week's results. So that'll be interesting to hear his thoughts and perspectives on this week's game. And I've got that. Tomorrow night, I've also got my NRL tips as well for the round. And the usual with games. After games, I do my read as well, player ratings, and and so plenty of content to look to on my channel. So make sure you do check it out, Warriors NRL Fanatics, and subscribe as well to the channel. So I'd like to thank Hold the Ball for having me on the channel tonight. It's been fun. It's been a great discussion. A few rants between us. We're very passionate Warriors fans. We want to see our team do well and show a lot better in terms of performances. But look, we're all doom and gloom, but we got the victory last week, and we want to see a backup of a victory this week against Brisbane. So I'd like to thank the Ball for having me on the channel, tuning in and watching and commenting their opinions and thoughts in the live chat there. So, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Well said there, Fanatics. And just quickly, guys, I've got 2 points to bring up. One, though the Broncos lost, obviously they're going to come here hurt. But, hey, we lost as well. So, obviously, we won, but it felt like we lost. So, obviously, again, 2 teams looking from different perspectives. It'll be an interesting game. But then, as I said it, I just thought about the halves, and I thought about Reynolds. And Reynolds is probably going to turn it up and play like he does for the Rabbitohs. Because, of course, why wouldn't he? So, again, anyway, look, all jokes aside, content as well for me, similar to Fanatics. I've got some things coming out. Stay tuned for my Nesian 4020 as well, for content that's made for Pacifica. But it's saying that's for everyone. Just talking about Pacifica Rugby League. But it's saying that I've got that, tips, other stuff as well in the works. You know me, there's no real set thing. It's just I just throw it at you guys. But and say that thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Thank you, Fanatics, for coming in. Thank you so much, and thank you again, guys, for commenting. Yes. Oh yeah, true. Okay. So Kieran as well asked HTB thoughts. Yeah, look, just quickly as well. My thoughts on Jack Madden, if available. I mean, hey, why not? He couldn't be any worse than. He couldn't be any worse than I suppose what we already have, to be honest with you. And I think he probably offers a bit more as well. I think he's a bit of a more preferred to run type player. So yeah, look, we'll go from. But again, guys, thank you again, guys, for watching. As we say, thank you. But yeah, up the Warriors. Looking forward to it. We're gonna smash the Broncos 13+, because you know how it is. Take it easy. See you guys next time. And just remember, hold the ball. Merch coming out soon. No jokes. All right, see you guys later.